I'm here with Lauren for a quick hello. My name is Mark Walmsley and I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network. And we have a new founder member, Lauren Grierson. Lauren, would you like to say hello and let us know a little bit about what you do?
Hello, yes. Well, thank you for speaking with me. I am a children's history presenter and storyteller, and my background is in theatre and in working with education teams in museums to bring history to life by creating stories and storytelling. And during lockdown, when all of the museums closed and everything started to go online, I got a job with Nebworth House to create a series of 6 2-minute videos where we were time traveling through the ages at Nebworth House. And I pitched this to them because my husband at the time was on furlough for nearly a year from work, and he is also in the heritage sector, and my brother was a wedding videographer. So I said, well, why don't we team up and we'll all do this together? And we had never done anything like this before. So we just taught ourselves and learned as we went along. And Ian, my husband, he edited the whole series and taught himself how to edit and directed it. And I wrote it and presented it. And my brother, he filmed it. And it was just enormous fun. We filmed it all in a day, and we were time traveling with a bit of special effect magic around the site. And I thought to myself, wow, this has been so much fun, and I'd love to do more of this sort of thing. So that was in August 2020. And then in the following January, I said to Ian, my husband, I said, well, why don't we continue this and write to lots of museums and say, can we come and film at your site? And we want to make history accessible, fun, and engaging for children. And we didn't really know where we were going with it, to be honest. I just had this sort of urge to just get started and not really think about it, because I knew if I thought about it too much, then that voice in my head would talk me out of it. So we really didn't know where we were going to go with it. We just thought, well, let's just do something and take it from there. And we did. We wrote to lots of museums, and they said, because we had this Nebworth House series to show them, they said, oh, okay, yeah, we quite like what you're doing there. That's fine, come in, give it a go. And we did, and from that we started to get other people involved as well, so actors and historical interpreters and historians, because my background is in theatre and education within the heritage sector, and I'm not a historian. So my husband is, though, he's a historian, so I wanted to get historians in to back up the history, and so each episode is checked and backed up and all researched through historians and the museums and curators, and then it sort of transformed into becoming not just a platform where children, no matter what their geographical location is or background is, where they're able to access these sites through me taking them on a journey in these historic sites online. Not just that, but also a platform where historical interpreters and actors and historians can showcase their work and network and practice working online through these videos. So yeah, that's what it became.
That sounds fantastic. And I know you've got a YouTube channel where some of these, where people can find some of the, where would people go to find out more? We'll put it in the chat.
Sorry, yes. So it's all on my channel, which is called Lauren Learns History, or our channel. Ian and I, we do it together.
So that's Lauren Learns History. So if people want to just go to YouTube and search for Lauren Learns History and hit the red subscribe button as well. I imagine that would be good.
Oh yes, please do.
But which sounds fantastic. History is one of those subjects at school that I regret not taking forward, because I'm all over it now. I love it. I've just binged watched The Tudors again on Apple TV. But I gather that at one of the meetings that you came to, you made a connection that turned into some work. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it was quite a while ago. It was right back at the start of our journey, I think. One of your first, I think it was back in January this year. Oh no, so it wasn't at the start. I mean, we've been doing it for a year and a half now. So we'd been doing the channel for a year. Yeah, for a year at the time. So yeah, it was back in January, and I met the marketing officer at the old Royal Naval College, and then she followed up afterwards and said, I like the sound of what you're doing. Can I pass your details on to our education team? And then I went to meet the education officer there, and she was lovely, and it was just it was a really lovely afternoon. We went to get coffee and cake and talked history and what we could potentially do, and then a month or so later, I got a grant from the Arts Council to produce a series of 7 episodes funded, which was just wonderful because we'd been doing it all for free. But it was so nice to be able to pay the people that we're working with. And also it meant that I had more time to work on it because I then didn't have to, I could take all the time to work on this rather than trying to fit it into paid work. So that's been wonderful. So it became part of our paid series.
That's great. Yeah, so I think that was Tanya Lewis who you met.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, and Tanya's has been a source of opportunity for a number of members actually. So you're not alone, but it's great to hear those stories because, you know, we've had some lovely ones. I think probably before you first joined us, we had a young copywriter who was gap year, interested in doing arts journalism, and he met somebody from Love to Visit on our meeting, and they hired him the next day. It's fantastic. So which is kind of why I love doing this, because you see those opportunities, and we squeeze these we squeeze a lot into an hour. The summer summit that we're doing on the 4th of August will have that's going to have a quiz, that's going to have a member showcase and a TAD talk, speed webinar, and lots of opportunities to meet people. So yeah, that's the plan. But Lauren, thank you so much for joining me for this. Thank you again for becoming one of our founder members, and you can track Lauren down. Please find Lauren in our LinkedIn group, and also at the website artsandculturenetwork.com. But Lauren, thanks very much again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.